Hey, fourth grade, it's Mr. Auslander, and I am bummed that I'm not going to be working with you today. But you are very lucky because you have Mrs. Acosta, and we know that coding is not easy. And if you get stuck, I definitely want you to be able to ask a classmate near you for help, and vice versa. You guys should really ask each other for help because that's how you're going to figure this out because it's not easy, but it's pretty awesome. So, your first task is to complete lesson 3. Lesson 3 includes the alien dance party with Sprite Lab, and many of you have sent me your projects, and I love them. Finish lesson 3. That includes the different events, like when something is clicked or when Sprite touches another Sprite, a behavior occurs. Cool. Once you finish lesson 3, you're going to go all the way to lesson 6 because 4 and 5, those are unplugged lessons. Lesson 6 is pretty advanced and wonderful. You're going to love it. There's so much you can do in lesson 6. Let me show you what I'm talking about. In lesson 6, you're going to have text. You're going to have all kinds of things. For example, it starts with an exploration. Ricky's poster. Hello world, my name is Ricky and here are some things I'd like to share about me. Explore. Ricky is using Sprite Lab to create an interactive poster. That's a poster that you can click and do things with. It's about herself that she can share on the web. Ricky has given you permission to check out her poster, and you can even edit her code if you want to. Play with her poster and code for a bit, then click finish. Okay, so we have a lot of code. When run is clicked, these things will happen. We'll have the background set to like a park. We've created 2 new sprites, a girl, Ricky, and a girl named Ty. We're setting both of them to the same size. We're also making a new sprite, an ice cream sprite, and the location seems to be right by her hand. That makes sense. We're making the ice cream half the size that it normally is. We're making another sprite, a computer screen, and another sprite, a dog. We picked their locations too. And when run, we set the sprite of Ricky to have the behavior of being able to move with the arrow keys. So when I click run, nothing happens, except for when I use the arrow keys, Ricky can move with the arrow keys. That's the behavior that we've set under behaviors. Great. We also have some events. We said event when Ricky is clicked, Ricky will say, that's me, Ricky, I like to code. So when I click run and I click Ricky, this is what she says. That's me, Ricky, I like to code, hang out with Ty and eat ice cream. When Ty is clicked, she says something. That's my best friend Ty. She's really good at sports. When the ice cream is clicked, it says, ice cream is my favorite, and then there's a sound. When the dog is clicked, the dog says something, and then there's a sound, and he starts to wobble. These are all behaviors that occur with the event of clicking the dog. And all of these things happen in the code of the poster. So you can get a chance to play with it, and then click finish. Then we'll go to the second part, part 2 of lesson 4. And in lesson 6, part 2, you'll notice 2 awesome things. And I already had a chance to play with it. A bit. So let's check it out. Here it says, Ricky here. I'll help you make a cool poster. Do this. Click the Costumes tab at the top left of your screen next to code. Edit the starting costume or add a new one that you like. Look for the people category. So here's code. Here's costumes. Costumes is really cool. In costumes, you can see I made a costume already. If I click new costume, I can go to people. I can click any of these people. Maybe I want this guy. I could even duplicate him, and I could add a design. I could change his shirt color. giving me a little bit of a hard time. But you can do a lot with the costumes tab. So we're going to click the costumes tab at the top left of the screen, edit the starting costume or add a new one that you like, look for people, change the sprite's costume to your own in the code below, set the sprite size to whatever you like. Okay, so first I'm going to have the background. Let's make it a city. Then we're going to add a sprite, but I'm going to pick the one that I created with the black shirt. And then I want to make him larger to set the sprite size to whatever you like. So I'll go to sprite. I'm going to say change sprite size. Actually, I don't want to change the sprite size. I want to set the sprite size. But I want to make it the same sprite. I want to make sure the costumes are the same. I'm going to make it 200 like Ricky's was. There we go. Then I can move the location like he's flying. There we go. So what did I do? I went to the costumes. I could add extra sprites if I wanted to. I could make my own sprite if I wanted to make my own by drawing. There's so many things that I could do. And let's click run. And I did what it asked me to do, and I certainly could add more if I wanted to. Then I would keep going, keep following the directions, and work on lesson 6. But again, finish lesson 3 first, then enjoy the wonderful world of lesson 6 where you can add text, you can create your own costumes. There's so much you can do. Explore, take your time, and enjoy.